Hello YouTubers. So today we have the apb131 new autel cable. This claims to do a lot of things and you'd expect to be being told about it by someone who knows what they're doing. But I'll be the first to tell you, I'm just a mechanic who dreams of one day not getting his hands dirty anymore. So let's get to it. Let's see if it's going to work and let's have a go. So we're going to start off on the expert selection in the Volkswagen. We're going to go to the MQB instrument cluster. We've got the V850 locked via dump. This dashboard we have is out of a 2014 Golf. It's obviously a mk7, which is, you know, ever since 2013, I think it is, they moved the MQB platform onto the Golf. So if you're dealing with a mk7, then you better start getting used to doing things like this. So once we get in here, then, you know, this is where it all starts happening. So you're going to have to read the flash data via the programmer. So if we click on that, there's three different dashboards. Sorry, that obviously autel have got some schematics for. This one that we've got here today is this one. Just going to zoom in a bit on here. So it's, as you can see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wires to connect. No components to remove whatsoever. Now I've also got the key tool plus. I've read this same dashboard with that, and you actually have to remove 4 of these tiny little capacitors. You have to remove this big one here. We have to remove this big one here, and I think it's either the one in the middle there, and it might even be both of those on that side. But anyway, back to autel. So yeah, all these connections are very easy to do. Like I said, no components to remove, no pin lifting. Can't really go wrong, if I'm honest with you. So yeah, I've already made some connections down here. Got all of the wires soldered on. We got the xp400pro plugged in. Now we're going to have to connect the 12 volt power into the xp400pro, which I will just get hold of now. So that's the xp400pro plugged in. We've got the power. Just make sure that all these extra little wires that we don't need to connect are not touching the circuit board. So we're going to come out of there, which is easier said than done. I'm going to click OK. Now you do have to have the 12 volt power in to the xp400 to use this adapter. You'll see that it's got a little light up, it's flashing. So it's obviously reading something. It says it's going to take between 5 and 30 minutes. But it does seem to fly through this pretty quick. Now once it's done this, we're also going to have to read this EEPROM here. This EEPROM belongs on the circuit board just above the MCU, which we're reading the flash out of. I prefer to remove these in order to get a good read from them. Doesn't take long, and with a bit of practice, it's not hard. So once this is read, we'll put this into the xp400pro. We'll take a read from both of these, and then we should have enough information to be able to obtain the CS code. Obviously, if you was doing all keys lost, you would still need to purchase the sync data. This cable, is good, but it's not going to give you that. If you've got a working key, then you will be able to create a dealer key after you have put these two pieces of information together and obtained the IMMO data file. I'll run you through exactly how you do that once we've got these two readings. Now, so just took a break there, let that load itself up. We're going to create a new folder here. We're just going to put mk7 MQB. And we're going to save that in here. So now we can go ahead and disconnect the power cable from the xp400pro. We don't need the power cable connected anymore to read the EEPROM. So I'm just going to disconnect it. Now this is the EEPROM adapter. This is going to go inside here. Like so. And then we are going to go to read EEPROM via programmer. Now the EEPROM is a lot quicker to read, a lot quicker to save. If you're watching this, then I won't bore you with it. It's pretty straightforward reading the EEPROM itself. We're going to save that in that same folder we just created. So those are the two files, read and save, that we need to calculate the IMMO data. So now if we click on calculate IMMO data, it says, so now we need to load the two files that we've just read. The first one it's asking for is the EEPROM. This is the EEPROM data. We're going to load that. Then we're going to load the flash file. And then we're going to click on decode. Decoding success. Do you want to save? Yes, please. Okay, so now we can see our CS code. Let's read the VIN number. We've got the power class, number of keys, We've got the other keys, they're all blank, that looks good. You can see the 2 key IDs that are stored. So that's about as far as we're going to be able to go on this particular video. But once you've got that, you would then click on Make Dealer Key. Do you have an original key? Obviously, if you click yes, it's going to say pop the original key into the programmer and press OK. And then if you haven't got an original key, then you'll click no, and it will just simply ask you for the sync data. So I'll just show you that. Do you have an original key? No. And then you can manually enter the synchronization data. Shout out MQB cars. You'll have to purchase that elsewhere. But once you've got that, or a working key, then you'll be able to create your dealer key and then kit up your key learning section, carry out the key learning, and then jobs are good 'un. So yeah, pretty impressed with that. Nice not having to remove any components, a lot safer, very quick to connect up, read and calculate the IMMO data. So pretty impressed. Hope that helped you. Like I said, I don't really know what I'm doing, but maybe one day, eh? Have a good one. Hit them likes up.